A lizard crawled into the bride's clothing. The nearby mourner panicked instantly. He reached out to grab the lizard. But the moment his hand touched the corpse, the groom's coffin suddenly crashed into him. Ron was startled, his face filled with confusion. Could this be the groom's warning to him? Ron decided against catching the lizard, and hurriedly closed the bride's coffin lid. But upon returning to his room, he felt restless and uneasy. For the bride's beauty lingered in his mind. Pulling open a nearby drawer, he discovered a leather bag containing a camera. Curiosity piqued, he opened it to find it filled with photographs of the bride. Ron couldn't help but feel his spirits lift, but as he flipped through the photos, a sense of dread washed over him. The later images showed the bride being abused. He suspected she had been tortured to death by her husband. But how had the groom died? Then Ron noticed dried bloodstains on the floor. Just as he pondered this, a loud thud echoed from the funeral hall. He rushed to investigate, and found a rope tied to the door lock. Following the rope, soon he reached the funeral hall, where the rope's other end was tied to the dead bride. Seeing her beckoning to him, Ron found himself uncontrollably responding. Just then, the groom suddenly appeared and dragged the bride away. Fortunately, it was all just a dream. But what was going on? It turned out Ron was a professional wakekeeper. Not long ago, a newlywed couple had died unexpectedly, entrusted by the family. He came to keep vigil for 3 days. As the attendant left, they warned him not to enter the deceased's room, and certainly not to open the coffin. But Ron paid no heed. After the attendant left, he lay down directly on the deceased's bed. Suddenly, the music box on the table began to play, as if foretelling the impending horror. Sure enough, when Ron awoke, he discovered the bride's coffin had been opened. A lizard had just crawled inside. To prevent disturbing the deceased, Ron had no choice but to open the coffin, long since forgetting the attendant's warning. Yet upon seeing the beautiful bride, an unusual emotion stirred within him. The lizard then crawled beneath her skirt, and Ron witnessed the bride being abused. His rage grew with each horrifying sight. Furious, he stormed into the funeral hall, only to find the bride's coffin open once more, her body seemingly disturbed. Ron suspected the groom's ghost was responsible. He pointed at the groom's coffin, hurling insults, then dragged it into another room, and bound it tightly with rope. Ron vowed silently he would never let the bride suffer harm again. He then carried the bride's body out. By this point, he had completely lost his mind.